What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to bring you on a little nature walk with me. I'm at a place called Ann Springs Close Greenway in Fort Mill, South Carolina, and let's get this walk started. You're always looking for the light, so that's kind of one of the things I let my mind do when I'm out here walking around in nature. Is I'm always looking for the light and how the sun is interacting with everything around me. Doesn't look like that water down there is too deep, but I think I'm going to take this suspension bridge anyways. What a beautiful place this is so far. I've been trying to find a way of turning these little nature walks I do into a vlog, and I think I'm figuring it out here. So it's a new experience for me today. So this will be my first, nature walk video in a truly beautiful place so far. Another thing I've learned to do is stop when planes are overhead because they ruin your virtual nature walk videos. Some sort of river going on behind us. I thought we were looking for a lake, but I guess we're not. Another plane pause. Sometimes they add this cool sound at the back of the nature walks, but no. Most of the time I've learned to just stop and let them pass. God, how amazing is it out here, right? I just noticed there's some horses or something out there, so maybe I'll be able to get them on camera. All right, that's enough staring at horses. Let's get back to the trail. I like playing little games with my shadow. It always makes me think that I'm Peter Pan or something when I'm out doing these nature walks. It's a pretty cool little cabin. I wonder if you can actually stay there. Look at this. Tom Hemingway. I'll take a little relax on your bench for a minute, Tom. I think that would be my ideal ending to my life as well. Someone donating something like this to me. Just imagine my kids and grandkids could come sit on this little bench in front of this little cabin that obviously meant something to the family. Got some cows and a dairy barn or something up ahead here. Man, what an interesting piece of property. Ann Springs Close Greenway in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Who knew? This seems like some sort of end of the line, so I think I'm gonna have to head down this little path and see what I can explore down here. Good question. How do you even do this with your life? You know, build a beautiful place like this, and you know, put all these cool positive quotes and stuff around. That's what I want to do with my life. That's what I'm trying to figure out by doing all this stuff. Is just how can I be you know, part of something so amazing like this. I just want to show you how beautiful the front of this dairy barn is. I hadn't made it around to this other side yet when I first came by. And wow, what a surprise. I think they do like weddings and things here. And get right in front of it so I can show you. And also get sort of a cool, creative, ultra cinematic shot for my nature walk video. The other good news is I think I found more trails. So let's trail forward. I just love the transition when it goes from winter and back to spring, and all the leaves start filling in, But more importantly, I love when it goes from spring to winter and you just realize that how far you can see. You can actually see the curves in the land and everything like that. But when this thing is actually full of leaves, you won't be able to see much further than, maybe like 100 feet in front of you or so. The other thing that I'm thinking about just being out here is just the way it smells, because the leaves are all over the ground and everything like that. Everything's kind of, rotting, and I think of it as, the entire forest floor is composting. But because of all of that, it's got this unique smell to this time of the year right now. And it's delicious. This place right here is just a nice place to stop in the sun, man. Sometimes you go around a corner and the sun's just beating down the right way. It's kind of this little warm bubble you can stand in for a minute. If you let your mind go and you just, pay attention to these things by not paying so much attention to the things that you think you need to pay attention to, by not, going through the thoughts in your head and that sort of stuff, but you just be where you are and you pay attention to what's around you, you'll notice these types of things like little warm bubbles you can hang out in for a couple minutes. This little camera that I'm using to actually film these, it's called a DJI Pocket 2. It's got this, built-in gyroscope thing, so you can do these cool little cinematic shots. And man, it's done so much for my life. It's made me want to, find a reason to use the camera, which is what I'm doing right now. It gave me this new passion for working with my family, because I really started digging into, just understanding how cameras and things work. My dad owns a photography studio, and I work for him doing a lot of his stuff. So I really started to be able to understand some of the things that he experiences when he's out doing a photo shoot or something like that. And all from the decision to buy this little camera, which I don't even remember how I did that. Some sort of house in the woods out here, which would be a beautiful place to live. I could see myself living in a house in the woods, except for one problem. I really hate mice. Another thing that I love to find, that I love to look for when I'm doing these like nature hike videos, is the way that the shapes that the shadows make on the ground. A lot of time the trees on a path like this will kind of create this zebra stripes. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Paying attention, being right in the moment, being here now, looking around, seeing what's around me, and admiring the beauty of it while I'm there in that moment. And sometimes you just see things that are so beautiful that it takes your breath away on these trails. I think some of the most magical moments I've had out here is every once in a while you'll see a deer just standing out in the woods, like looking back at you, and they always have this like majestic quality to them. Sometimes we'll just stare at each other for, you know, what seems like forever. I can see myself also being out here just like, you know, working on a cool set of stairs or something like that. I just think, you know, who are these people that actually do this stuff? I think we're almost at the end here. I can see some railroad tracks up ahead, and I think that's the end of this trail. I'm fighting battery as usual. That's my biggest problem when I'm out here making these videos, believe it or not, is this camera that I'm using only has like a built-in battery. So I asked my wife for Christmas for a battery charger thing. So cross my fingers that I get it, and cross my fingers that it actually works out and I can film for a lot longer. It's actually a tunnel up here, so it's going to be super cool. Oh. Come on, battery. Stay with me. I want to get a good shot of it, but I can't because the light's kind of facing the wrong direction. So I'm trying to find a place to get a cool shot of this bridge. Maybe if I go... I'm gonna wrap this up here. I'm gonna call it the To the Tracks or something along those lines, because I'm scared I'm gonna run out of battery, and I want to make sure I have an actual ending to this video. I'll show you this beautiful little rock waterfall thing going on down there in a second that I just discovered. Of course, the dog always likes to get a little dip in the water here. Give him a chance to cool down. That was it, guys. This is it. So we got two successful little hikes in here. I'm already excited to get back and do the editing and kind of experience this all again. Without being so overwhelmed with all of the beautiful things going on around you, and just the feeling of kind of magic floating everywhere. But yeah, maybe we'll do this again sometime. I'll see you next one. And if I've got enough battery life left to say, I want to give you a little challenge. I want you to discover a place like this that's near you. Just go on Google or something and look for nature preserves, or just even look up trails in your city or in your state. There's just, come on, do a Google search and find the thing. That's the challenge. That's the only hard part. Well, actually, no, that's the first step. The hard part is going to be getting your butt out there and actually, coming into nature. But but the experience will be. But if you start doing that, if you start getting out there and just being in the moment and being present with this rock that you live on, I promise you, your life is going to change in all of the good ways that you didn't know you wanted.